So what we got, Jalapeno?
What we got us some baseball picks again. Let's review that real quick. Last year, I made some horrible ass picks. I ain't gonna lie. I picked the Twins to finish first in the AL Central. They finished like last by a lot. And what else I thought going? Yeah, the wonderful Diamondbacks winning the NL West. That totally didn't happen. However, I did get a couple things right. Meaning the Braves were the worst team in baseball last year. I did say that, although they did a little better.
Well,
and
the Twins are actually the worst.
It's true. Okay, well, that makes me look worse now. Thanks, appreciate that.
Sorry.
And
Yeah.
But I did pick the Cubs to win the series, albeit against the Royals, which did not happen. But hey, glad to see the Royals out.
Hey, I had Cardinals against Tigers, and both of them didn't even make the playoffs. So.
There you go. So I did something right.
All right, well, we're going to get this done quick today because last time was like a 15-minute video.
That's a little much.
So
we'll post through these.
We're going to do the East real quick?
Sure.
All right. Last place, they got the Rays at 65 wins.
Oh, I got them at 68. I'll give them a little more credit. Their pitching's still good, but their hitting, who knows what the fuck they did.
They lost to Pierce. So.
And they did lose to Pierce. That's very, very important.
Also the Orioles did.
That's, yeah.
Fourth place, they got the Blue Jays, 80 wins. They lost Encarnacion, and he's an amazing player, so good luck to that, Blue Jays.
Got the O's in fourth, 84.
Okay.
I mean, there's not much has changed from last year. Yeah, they improved their hitting, but they really need to improve their hitting. They need to improve their pitching, and they still really haven't done that.
I got the Yankees, 86 wins, third place. I think the Yankees have a good combination of young players and the older guys. I think they're going to be one of the surprises this year.
I got Toronto. Well, I got a bigger surprise than that. I got Toronto third, 86. Still got the pitching. Stroman had a stellar WBC. Yeah, they lost Encarnacion, but they still got a potent lineup, and you can't really look down on them, so they're still a contender.
I got the Orioles 87 because they have the best record since 2011 in the American League, and fuck everybody that thinks that they're going to have a bad year. To all those stupid journalists that put them fifth place every year.
Yeah, Pacoda. Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Boston, 90 wins, second place. Yes, I picked the Yankees to finish first with 92 wins. It's a bit of a risky pick, but you never know. The AL East, the Yankees have the numbers on their side. You know, as far as trending goes, they've gone a long time without winning. I think they're poised with their young players. They had a hell of a second half last year. Their pitching, yeah, it's a little suspect, but then again, aside from the Blue Jays, who doesn't have suspect pitching in the AL East?
I had the Red Sox 92. On paper, they're the best team in maybe baseball history of three #1 starters, but they're also known for having a very good team about 3 or 4 years, about 5 or 6 years ago, where they pretty much bought everything out.
Yeah, and then Price is actually
did nothing, couldn't even make the playoffs because the Orioles knocked them out.
Yeah, so. Price is actually hurt to start the season.
Price is hurt, but
again,
still, their lineup is incredible.
Absolutely.
Mookie Betts, any of those guys get 30 home runs.
Oh yeah, Mookie Betts destroys the Orioles.
The pitching don't do it, then the hitting will. That's why I got the Red Sox 92. I hope I'm wrong, because I hate that team.
Yeah, I hate the Yankees too, but we'll see what happens. AL East is always interesting.
All right, Central. Start it off.
Well, we're going to do a reversal from last year and put the Twins in last with 60 wins.
I got the White Sox 66.
Okay.
What are they going to do?
Well, I flip-flopped there. I got the White Sox in fourth. They got rid of Chris Sale's gone. Could it be a good thing?
We're starting over.
But, yeah.
I got the Twins 71. They're a little bit better.
So we just flip-flopped there.
Try to keep that coach's job, which probably won't happen. Paul Molitor.
Yeah. I think we were in third.
Who do you got?
KC.
I got KC at 80.
81? Hey, all right. Not much to talk about there. All right.
Second place, I think nobody's going to be above 500 except for the first place team. Second place, I got the Tigers, 81.
I gave 88 because I'm just beat up on their division and their schedule, the AL schedule.
I pick the Tigers every year. I'm not picking them anymore. They always embarrass me. Because Brad Ausmus, I love you, but
he is a great man.
You're not helping me out here.
Great man. Steals a lot of bases in case.
Indians, 96.
I gave 100.
Yeah. Encarnacion.
They only got better.
And they just are a great team.
Not to mention Michael Brantley's back.
And you saw how good they were last year, of losing pretty much half their pitching staff.
Yeah, so, Michael Brantley's back too.
Yeah, the only team that seemed like they could beat them was the Orioles, believe it or not. I'm going to keep throwing as much as I can.
Absolutely, they did.
So let's go to the West. I got the A's at 70.
I got the Angels in last. I heard something today on the radio, 73 wins. Ricky Nolasco is our opening day starter. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's all I got to say.
But Mike Trout's an MVP. He could give him 115 wins, the way that sports pages talk about.
Yeah,
he wins MVP when the team is terrible every year. It's ridiculous. I got the Angels 79. I don't know why I do.
So we flip flop there.
Yeah.
175.
Okay.
They've done it.
I got Rangers 86. They win the
Really?
division and
Interesting.
all these kind of stuff. And I don't know. I'm not selling the Rangers this year. 86 wins. Still a pretty good number, but
I gave Seattle 86 actually. They seem to go in the right direction every year, but then they manage to fuck it up somehow. So we're going to still go with that trend there.
I
Ken
got the-
Felix is down.
I got Mariners at 88. I actually think they're going to be a very good team this year. Last year they started to make a stride towards the end and kind of failed, but Felix was not the same pitcher last year. I think they're
No,
going to
that's a big question for them. Houston second for me, 89. You never know with their pitching staff. Their hitting's amazing, but then they're still young. They're still inconsistent. Hopefully they gel, but remains to be seen.
And I got Astros at 90 wins. I think they're a very solid team, but you know.
I think Texas will repeat the West champions. I mean, not much deviated from last year. They
I picked the
locked up-
Astros last time and they suck. So.
Yeah. I forget who I picked from the West last time. They probably didn't win, so it doesn't matter. So moving on to the National
I think you
League.
might have picked the Astros too. I'm not sure.
You might be right. I think you're right, actually. Yeah. So let's
Let's see. Marlins 70 wins, 5th place.
Okay, I put the Phillies in the last 67. They also have done absolutely nothing in free agency whatsoever, and their farm system shot. So
We'll move to 4th place. Got the Phillies at 75. I thought the pitching staff actually looked pretty good last year towards the end. They got a couple of guys that could be future aces, future Gosmans. So,
that's true. Still have him, unfortunately. But Miami in 4th for me, 77. I mean, they still got Stanton, but if Stanton gets hurt, their season can
that's
go
what
to
I'm
the toilet
saying. He's been
real
hurt
quick.
3 straight years.
Yeah,
so.
their season goes to the toilet real quick.
Braves at 76. I think they're actually improved this year. They made a lot of free agency moves, even though every player they made is about over 40 years old. But I think the Braves got some talent in there, and we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, I think the Braves made some good moves too. I'll put them in 3rd place too with 84. New stadium always brings back some energy for a team. I actually drove by it a couple weeks ago. It looks pretty nice. So hopefully everything works out from there. And they went in the right direction in the last month of the year. So they have nowhere to go but up, I would think.
2nd place, I got the Nationals.
Really?
This is actually higher than I expected. I don't think they're going to be as good. People think Bryce Harper is going to be the second coming of Christ this year. Mr. Second Coming of Christ had the 250 batting average last year. I got him at 88 wins.
Really? You put I still think the Nationals are the best team in the East. I got the Mets in 2nd, and obviously I just told you the Nationals are in 1st. Mets at 90, Nationals 98. I think they're still the best team in that division.
I got the Mets at 90. The Mets' pitcher rotation could be one of the best of all time if they all stay healthy.
Right, that's the key
So-
for them too. They had so many injuries.
And
last
their
year.
lineup, I think, is still solid.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're all going to get better anyway.
Then you got David Wright too, who also gets
Exactly.
get hurt every year.
Yeah. All right, the Central, my favorite division.
Oh yeah, it's a good one.
I'm going to start with the Cincinnati Reds at 62 wins next year, which is the worst team I have on my paper.
I got a worse team in another division, but I put Milwaukee in last actually at 74. Who knows about them? They're so confusing.
I got Milwaukee at 70.
With another flip flop here, Cincinnati 77 again. What have they done lately? Nothing.
I got Pirates 82. McCutcheon always on the trading block, killing the team chemistry. I like the Pirates, but they don't know how to manage a team, obviously, or control a team.
I like the Pirates too. I mean, 86. Their pitching's still halfway decent. You can't fault them there. McCutcheon, of course, lives and dies with that team. Plays his heart out. And they still got some other good pieces too. And Clint Hurdle's a pretty good manager. So
I said McCutcheon, right?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Had a couple of beers. Second place is one of my favorite teams, the Cardinals. I got them at 90 wins.
Actually, I agree with you 100% there. I have them also at 90 wins. Pitching staff,
It can be
always
questionable.
good, but if they're hurt, your boy Wainwright had a pretty rough spring.
He
so.
did. Had a rough year last year.
Yeah.
But he did have about 14 wins, but I have Carlos Martinez win the Cy Young this year.
Very
Throw
good.
that out there.
I like it.
Number one, I got the Cubs. I got them at 100 wins.
Game 100.
What flaws do they have?
It's hard
Besides,
to find
the only
out.
problem is they lost Dexter Fowler, and it's why the Cards should have a pretty good season. So
97, I gave the Cubs. It's hard to say if there's going to be a hangover. I think Joe Madden's a hell of a manager, so we'll see what happens. I like Joe
Pretty much
Madden.
wide.
I really like Joe Madden.
Let's do the West. I got Padres 64.
I gave the Padres my worst record at 59.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Padres. What the fuck? That's all I got for them. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Wade
their
Miley
only base
embarrassed
starter?
them last year. That's all I can say.
And Wade Miley could be their number one starter.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I got Diamondbacks 74.
Okay,
I don't
75.
have them really improving much. Zach
Yeah.
Greinke is obviously not the same pitcher.
I think we actually might have everything in agreement on this division. 75 wins for the Diamondbacks.
Now, here's my favorite team at third place. This team could do something special, but I got the Rockies at 84 wins.
Shit, I got the same number. I do. The Rockies are a wild card. I mean, they said the name of a pitcher that's supposedly going to be have an amazing year. I forget his name. I don't remember
The
shit.
next you bought, though.
It's drinking all this bush. That's what
Yeah.
happens.
I got the Dodgers 88. The Dodgers always fail. They've won the division for many straight years, so
Okay.
I got the Dodgers 88.
I'm
and
a
I
little
got the
higher.
Giants at 90.
I'm a little higher on the Dodgers. I think it's going to be a close race in the West. San Francisco 93, Los Angeles 94.
Yeah. So let's go talk about the playoffs.
Let's do it. This Vern Burns gets a beer.
He does.
This guy do it. What do you got? Oh, Bush. Good choice. Good choice for Burns.
So let's talk about what's going to happen in the East.
Okay.
I got the Orioles beating the Mariners in the first matchup.
Okay. For my wild cards, I'll just say I got Boston and Houston. Boston beating Houston. And then for the divisionals, I got Texas beating the Yankees, Cleveland beating Boston, and then Cleveland beating Texas in the LCS.
We got Cleveland going to the World Series.
Correct.
All right, I got Indians beating the Orioles because Orioles can never get past the next punch. The Red Sox beating the Astros. The Indians again beating the Red Sox. It's gonna be great watching that. So I got the Indians back in the World Series.
Okay. My wild cards, National League, Giants, Mets. I got the Nats beating the Giants, Dodgers beating the Cubs, Dodgers beating the Nats, and LA Dodgers will be in the series against the Indians.
So I already got a tie between the Dodgers and the Nationals, so I have to do the tiebreaker for who makes the playoffs. So I got the Dodgers beating the Nationals. Got the Cards beating the Dodgers because the Cards just embarrass the Dodgers every time they play them. I got the Cards beating the Cubs. It's the upset. Just calling it out there. I got the Mets beating the Giants. And between the Cards and the Mets, oh man, it's going to be a great matchup. It's going to go to 7. Got the Cards winning, of course.
Oh yeah.
Yadier Molina, who's
You got your
Amazing.
hometown team. It's not even your hometown.
it's not in my hometown. So I got
Hey,
the Indians and the Cardinals coming to the World Series.
Hey, I'm proud to drink some Busch beer, and their name is on the Cardinal Stadium.
So who's
So,
winning the World Series?
I think Cleveland's gonna break through against the Dodgers.
I got Cleveland beating the Cardinals.
So we actually agree on the World Series this year. Last year was vastly different.
You can't help but root for him. As
Oh,
long as
no.
LeBron James drives to Japan and stays away, which he
Yeah.
can't even drive to Japan. Fly to Japan.
Actually, he
Stay
probably
away
thinks
from
he can.
Japan, LeBron, because you're an embarrassment.
I bet he thinks he can drive to Japan. Actually,
Because he jinxed them last time. So, anyway, that's our predictions.
Yes.
And hopefully this wasn't too long. I'm thinking about 15 minutes.
yeah. So that's
but
plenty.
we're going to do this every year anyway. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, we actually kept it more lively. So
Yeah.
fuck you if you watched last year's video. You thought it was boring.
Yeah.
Well, we actually
Anyway,
tried.
let's do a nice chugger.
Yeah, if I had a beer, I would.
Catch you next time on the MLB predictions.
Yeah, 2018.